Wedding Talk is a new series coming on October 13th on Chicken Soup for the Soul and on Crackle TV. Olympic gold medal winner Tara Lipinski is the host and giving us a preview. Thank you so much for your time today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
So, with sports, award shows, reality TV, you can comment on real time, but we really haven't been able to do that with weddings. Talk a little bit about, a little bit about the show and what we're going to see.
Well, it's literally a dream job for me just because when this offer came around, I thought, how perfect. I'm such a hopeless romantic. I loved planning my own wedding. I still reminisce about it. I still wanted to do a vow renewal, especially after watching this show because I get so upset. I'm like, where was the show when I was planning my wedding? But you know what's so great about Wedding Talk is that we really just take you on this adventure where we get to meet these beautiful couples. We get to see the celebrations that they plan that are so special and unique to them. And we really span across the spectrum of so many different types of weddings. We'll do the big blowout, the destination wedding, the backyard wedding, and the beautiful intercultural weddings. We'll take you to isolation where you had a couple get married with a volcano erupting behind them as they're saying their vows and how they planned that out. But it's a great show, obviously, for people that are planning a wedding, but also for people that just love love. How do you not love love? And if you love to see visually stunning footage, this is your show because that's where I was blown away. I thought, oh, we're going to see wedding videos. And these are not wedding videos. These are films and they're done by filmmakers. And it's so thoughtful and so emotionally impactful that, I just had a Kleenex box next to me the entire show.
And it's not just that, but you're also giving real advice for couples who are planning a wedding, but also, and just how you mentioned, not just about people who love love, but also if you're planning a party for the holidays, if you're planning a birthday party. I mean, this is all great advice for gatherings.
It really is. It's about planning a celebration and bringing your own unique personality to it to make it that much more special. And I think I had a little notebook at night. I would start to write. Todd's like, my husband was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, for our next party, we're going to be adding this, this, and this." And we have two incredibly talented wedding and event planners, Jove Meyer and Jose Rolone, that are part of the show, and they just give all the great tips, tricks, what's trending, what's hot, what's not. So there's a lot of inspiration in the show, whether it's for a wedding or just for a celebration.
Because even, happy 5-year anniversary, by the way, wanted to go ahead and say that to you. But as far as planning your own wedding, I mean, your dog was involved in the ceremony. You created, your own, aspect to show your personalities. Talk a little bit about why that's important, not just following the trends, but also including yourself in your wedding.
I think that's the best part of it. And this day is so special. You remember it for the rest of your life. And it's because you get to share what's so intimate and beautiful about your relationship with all of your closest friends and family. And you really want to make it as I remember just wanting to make it as unique to Todd and I as we could. And that's what I love about Wedding Talk too. It gives you that inspiration. It gives you these ideas that you would have never thought of to be able to add something, special that your guests will always remember.
And one of the first pieces of advice that I learned from watching the show was how big and how much. So those are the two questions you want to ask before you decide on what type of wedding that you're going to have.
Yeah, and I think what you take away too from the show is, and like I said before, we don't just do a traditional wedding, what you think of a glitzy glam wedding. We really show you every different type of celebration and for every single type of budget. And I think the thing that you walk away with is doesn't matter if it was $1 million wedding or it was a free wedding, you still are getting to see these couples enjoy their day and these beautiful celebrations that are just so heartwarming. And again, when I did this show, I just thought this is such a fun departure from the craziness of life and sports and everything else that I usually do, that it's about love. So how do you not love love?
How do you not love love? Oh, exactly. Let's talk about some of the details because what is gets Tara on the dance floor. Let's talk a little bit about, is it 80s music, 90s music? Is it line dance? What is that genre of music that you're like, give me a
Yes.
moment, this is my song?
If anyone knows me, it is Pop 2K. So that is everyone laughs at me, but I will never not have that on in the car. That is just my thing. I'll forever love it. And I
NSYNC,
get
Backstreet
asked
Boys,
about it a
Britney
lot.
Spears, all those, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the best. It's the best. I never had a prom because I was obviously training, and my husband threw me a surprise birthday party a few years ago, and it was prom, and he made sure that it was exactly when I would have graduated. So it was 2000. So we had lots of Pop 2K.
That is amazing. Food, I know when appetizers are being passed around, if it's something cheesy, I'm like, let me stop it and get something. What's that one must-have appetizer for you?
Ooh, it's funny. You say appetizer, and the first thing I thought of is like, where's the dessert? So if they're passing around the cake, the cake pops, the brownies, that's what I'm after. But I don't know. I'd have to think about my favorite appetizer. But I'm with you. I like anything cheesy. Feel good, feel good, comfort food.
And people sometimes will do something as far as detail. That's one of the other things I learned from the show was paying attention to those little small details that people, whether it's a parting gift, a signature cocktail, monograms, something special. Maybe talk a little bit about that detail, and like you said, free wedding or $1 million wedding, something that everybody can incorporate.
Well, that's what I love about weddings in general. I'm the first person to RSVP yes to a wedding. I just love it. Again, I think it's the whole, sitting and hearing people's vows, and just tears are always coming down. But I think what's so fun about it is you really get to learn about your friends, your family in different ways, because this is, that unique special moment where you get to share what you love about your partner so much with everyone around you. And I think for me, it was so important to add those special, unique things that were so important to Todd and I. And that's what these weddings show. We really take you through all different ideas, traditional, not traditional, there's so many things that you can add into your special day that I didn't even think were possible. I thought I added them all. And then as you watch the show, I'm writing these notes of for like the next celebration, the next party, how am I going to bring more of myself to that event?
Awesome. Well, Tara, thank you so much for your time today. Wedding Talk premiering October 13th on Chicken Soup for the Soul and Crackle TV as well. And I can't wait to continue watching the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.